Hello everybody, this is part 2 of the whole handmade koto that I'm making. This is before I sanded down, after I glued everything together. Here's the front sound hole where the strings will go through, and they'll get tied to the underside there. And here's the rear. Just give you an idea of what it looks like. Actually, the sanding will be the finishing of that, and then after that I'll go ahead and put the bridges on and make the, actually it'll be where your strings go across, and then be right across here will be a, I believe I'm going to just use a sapele wood bridge, and then the little bridge that holds the strings up, I'm going to make them out of teak. Got to use the materials that I have available with me. I decided to make this one a little bit shorter than so-called standard koto of nowadays. Several hundred years ago, these were all even smaller than this. They were only about, they were from 5 inches wide to 10 inches wide, from 2 to 3 feet. So this one's 10 inches, 10.5 inches wide, and 3 feet long. And your standard koto nowadays is 185 centimeters or 72 inches long and 10 inches wide approximately. I've seen some wider depending on much configuration. And I don't know if the camera will pick up the interior. Let me lay it down to the light. You probably see some of the ribbing in there. And the wood I used on this one is Luan. This is a Pacific Rim low end or poor man's mahogany is what I call it. And, works is very dense. It makes it a very good resonance chamber. And then the feet, they'll come out about 1.5 inches. They'll go there and then across. And to get the type of wood I'm going to use for that, and whatever finish that I use for it. Normally these, if you get the real wood, which is curved, it goes like this over. And that's, you just leave it unfinished. But I'll see. Just play by ear, sand it down, make the rest of the piece for it, and see what we have, and then we'll go from there. And I'll use regular koto strings. And also, one thing I'm gonna do that's different is I'm gonna use the tuners on it, so I don't have that hassle of yanking hard and tying the strings down, which is a real bear. Yeah. So I'm just gonna concede to modern trends and put the machine tuners on there. Call it done. And after all, this is just mainly to practice and keep my skills up on playing one of these. I've had 2 kotos over the years, in case anybody wants to know. Both of them were about 150 years old. The other one was 200, and one was about 4 feet long, and it had all kinds of ivory inlay, tortoiseshell inlay, real pearls hanging on it. It was overly elaborate and had cast goose on the front, and it was incredibly detailed. A lot of inlay, incredible amount of inlay. Somebody had plenty of time, and I'm sure that was expensive when it was new. And the other koto I had was much newer. Instead of, I think it was around, we dated it around at least 100 to 150 years. And I had it inlaid, but not as elaborate as the extremely old Koto. And the real old Koto even had like little frillies, and there was little pearl bags, and a little pearl in each one. It was really unusual. Sold that before I realized what I had, and so water on the bridge, but that's the way it is. Okay, I'll go ahead and after I get this sanded down and all the other pieces on, I'll make another part 3 video. Okay, thank you. Enjoy the video. If you got any questions, just send me an email.